What up, boxing world? JF Sports. This is gonna be my review of the Mayweather versus Berto All Access Episode 1. Well, to be honest, there's really nothing on the All Access that you guys haven't seen before or familiar before. The only difference is obviously Mayweather is fighting Berto, but there's some key things and some interesting things that I guess you could take away from the All Access. I mean, it was good. It was put together all right. You know what I mean? It wasn't like the Mayweather Pacquiao where Showtime and HBO actually worked together and made their own All Access and 24/7s and stuff like that. But it was okay in my opinion. You know what I mean? Like I said, I was more interested on what Berto's side was all about and what he had to say. But as we all know, Showtime obviously is gonna focus on Mayweather. That's just the way they are, you know. So let's start with Mayweather, since he's the star. They showed Mayweather about, you know, him talking about people underestimating Berto, that, you know, the Berto is the one that's gonna push him to his limits. They show clips of the kickoff press conference. He talked about his family. He talked a lot about his family, about how he wants to, you know, pretty much retire and spend the most time with his children, you know. So that's what really was all about. So I don't know if Mayweather really is planning to retire after Berto. That's still up in the air, you know what I mean? He could change his mind and it's whatever, right? But it also shows some of the stuff that Mayweather was doing, you know, obviously always with his bodyguards, like, you know, going to the movies and stuff and eating, I believe, and at his house, you know, cars, inside the cars, you know what I mean? All that stuff's at the Mayweather gym, you know, coming out of his sports cars and stuff like that. So, yeah, I mean, there's nothing, like I said, clips of the All Access that you guys haven't seen before as far as Mayweather goes. It's all about his wealth, and it's all about stuff that Mayweather always say over and over, you know, that he's been here, he's done that before. It's nothing new, except for maybe the clothes and the cars and, you know, some of the people that were actually in it. There was some, I could feel some, you know, tense when they had some kind of face off when they were doing the shooting, you know, with the green background and stuff like that. I could feel a little tension there, you know, but they were far apart from each other. But, you know, Mayweather's team on the side taunting Berto, saying that, you know, Berto gotta take his clothes to the cleaners and stuff like that, you know, kind of insulting him and stuff like that. But that's not unusual about Mayweather's, you know, side team, so to speak. Nothing really much for me to say about Mayweather, since we've already know what Mayweather's all about. We've seen it, you know, what it's all about. And like I said, wealth, cars, I mean, you name it, right? But anyway, on Berto's side, there wasn't that much. You know, like I said, Showtime is pro Mayweather, even though this is Mayweather versus Berto All Access. Now, there were some things that I noticed and caught my attention as far as Berto's side of the All Access. One thing was when Berto was talking about, when he said that when Berto fights, it's exciting. When Pacquiao fight, you know, it's exciting. And he said there's only one dominator that's really not making it exciting. So he's pointing out that Mayweather is not an exciting fighter. He said that, you know, people are underestimating him, and that that pretty much is gonna shock the world and you know, make a difference, because he's thankful and very gracious that he actually got a shot, and he didn't know that this was actually gonna happen. So he's very thankful for that. You know, obviously with the biggest payday of his career, and he mentioned some stuff that you know, I am now popular. I don't, you know, and obviously because he's fighting Mayweather, and this is like his first big stage fight, so to speak, because he said he's heard from a lot of people, you know, getting text messages and voicemails and things like that from people that he hasn't heard from in a very long time, to include like ex-girlfriends and ex-friends and stuff like that, right? So yeah, you know the magnitude of this fight, of how big it is when you have friends and family that are contacting you from you haven't heard from in a very long time, right? So he gets an idea, he gets the idea of how big this fight is and how big it is to be fighting Mayweather. I mean, and that's not secret, because, you know, as you guys know, there's this thing called Mayweather sweepstake, right? Because regardless if Mayweather is exciting or not, if you fight that guy, you will guarantee a 7-figure payday, if not more. So I think Berto is very thankful for that, and he said that, and he emphasized that he's very gracious that to get this opportunity to actually fight somebody like Mayweather that is undefeated and you know, supposedly making history, as he said. So you know, it was cool. The overall tone of the All Access Mayweather versus Berto, I think it was okay, but it was definitely 90% Mayweather. And it's not secret, and you guys know that it's gonna happen. You know, Berto is not really a star, so to speak, and you know, even though he's been in the game a long time, and contrary to popular belief, they said some people that, you know, he should have been fighting Mayweather a long time ago had he beat Victor Ortiz, but you guys know what happened then. And he also emphasized that, you know, he had a shot at Mayweather at one point, but he blew it because, like I said, he lost to Ortiz, and with a shoulder injury and things happened, things went downhill from there. You know, he lost 3 times in the last 6 fights. You know, things like that. So, but overall, I think Berto is very thankful to get an opportunity. You know, like I said, but the All Access, it seemed to me that it's incomplete. You know, still, I hope there's another, you know, episode, maybe episode 2 before actually the fight happens come September the 12th. But like I said, the All Access is all about Mayweather. So if you are a big Mayweather fan, then you will like the All Access, because it's pretty much really about Mayweather. His team, you know, actually showed what was that, a sparring in the Mayweather boxing gym in Vegas, and that, you know, he had one of his bodyguards actually boxed and got punched one time and got pretty much knocked down and stuff like that, you know. So that's crazy though, because that was kind of funny to me when you have a big bodyguard, you know, freaking 6'12" motherfucker, but get hit by a skinny dude, one punch, and start bleeding all over the place and start making excuses. And like I said to you guys, I'm kind of off topic here a little bit, but, and I've said to you guys before in my past videos, it's not how big your opponent is, you know. It doesn't matter, you know. Like Mike Tyson's been fighting big guys, you know, in his entire career. He's been knocking them out and dominating them. You know, Pacquiao also has been fighting a lot of big fighters in the past, you know. So it doesn't matter how big your opponent is, and you know, and that's also the Mayweather. You know, I think he has fought some big dudes, even though a lot of people said that, you know, Mayweather should have fought Margarito too, because Margarito fought Pacquiao, and you know, it was an impressive fight, and you know, Mayweather should have fought Margarito because to test how he would have performed against somebody like Margarito. But that's history. Anyway, Mayweather, Berto, there's tension, because as you guys know, there's bad blood already, as I know, and as you guys know, you know, before the fight was even announced, there was a controversy about the exes, you know, girlfriends, stuff like that. And I don't have to explain to you guys what happened, but you guys know, you guys get what I'm saying. So there's a bad blood, and definitely, you know, that is fueling, that adds to Berto's fuel to gonna want to win this fight that much more, you know. So I think overall, you know, Berto is thankful rather than, you know, want to beat Mayweather. You know what I mean? It's like he's rather thankful to get a shot, and to really be honest, I think he's very thankful that he's getting the biggest payday of his life. And if he indeed becomes Mayweather's last opponent prior to retirement, and it's a big deal for him, you know, he gets a shot at somebody like Mayweather prior to retirement. So I mean, you know, it's cool. You know what I mean? No harm, no foul. I mean, I can't be mad at Berto. I can't knock him for you know, getting a big payday against Mayweather, even though he's like 100-1 underdog. You know what I mean? So, but I don't know, man. He seems like Berto is very confident about beating Floyd Mayweather come September the 12th. So I would really like to see what happens, even though a lot of people shitting on this fight. They don't really want to buy the fight and watch the fight. I mean, we all are going to watch the fight. You know, that's no secret. Whether you're a Mayweather or Berto fan, whether you're not, we are going to watch the fight. But the big questions, as I've said before, is, are you going to pay for the fight? And that's a big question, because like for myself, absolutely not. I can't pay for this fight. You know, I have to watch it at somebody else's house. But I'm sure a lot of people there wouldn't mind paying for that fight, you know, especially for that weekend. But like I said before, I just can't see myself paying for that fight. Hell, I didn't even pay for the damn Mayorga versus Mosley fight, and I thought that was pretty funny fight. You know, I'm always about laughing. You know what I mean? I'm always about. I don't want to be disappointed. You know what I mean? That's just how I am. I like to laugh. You know, so even though the Mayorga Mosley was kind of garbage in the beginning, you know, and throughout the whole thing, we know that we were gonna laugh. And yes, you know, we did laugh prior to the Mosley Mayorga fight, and then end the fight. I mean, we did laugh, right? So there's some comedy there and there's some entertainment there. But as far as Mayweather Berto is concerned, this is, for Berto, is a historic event for him, because if he does beat Mayweather, then he'd be the very first one to ever beat Mayweather. Even though, like I said, you know, Mayweather is like freaking 1,000,000 to 1 favor. So anyway, I hope there's another episode that comes out, you know, Mayweather versus Berto All Access episode 2, that they show more of Berto, because it's new to us. You know, Mayweather, we know how it's all about. We know what we're gonna see, you know what to expect about Mayweather. It's all about his wealth, and everything else you guys already heard before. But as far as Berto, you know, we want to hear more. You know, I would like to hear more of how he really feels, you know, because like I said, on the All Access, only clips and stuff like that, clips of Berto saying stuff from here to here, you know, interviews and stuff like that. But I would like to really hear more. I mean, they did show Berto's apartment and stuff like that with his girlfriend and stuff like that. So with the dog, what he eats, and, you know, how he trains. And highlight really for me regarding Berto was when, you know, he was really gracious about getting this fight, and that, you know, he's becoming a star now. You know, people know him now, you know, from like I said, Berto saying that, you know, friends and family that he hasn't heard from a very long time is now contacting him, leaving him messages and stuff like that. So yeah, there goes my little review of the Mayweather versus Berto All Access episode 1, guys. Let me know what you guys think, if you guys seen it. If you guys didn't see it, it's on the Show Sports YouTube channel. It's there, Mayweather vs. Berto, episode 1 of All Access. And you guys check him out and let me know what you guys think. Drop me a comment. As always, thanks for watching. JF Sports.